Our customers became engineers because, they had some moment, when they were growing up. There was like this magical experience you have with engineering, right? There's some line of code that you wrote for the first time, or you built some little robot or something, or some little light turned on, and you're like, wow, that's some serious magic happening. If you go to the real world, it takes like 12, 18, 24 months to launch a product. It's just grueling, and that magic is really lost. So we're all about getting the magic back.
The primary goal for Saleae is to make it easier and faster and more fun for people to ship hardware.
Everything has digital microcontrollers in it or digital processors of some sort.
And those customers need some way of figuring out what's wrong with the product, assuming there is. They also need some way of testing whether or not it's doing what you expect it to do.
It not only has to measure those signals so you can see it on the screen, but we also need to analyze that data for human consumption.
And the tools that a lot of people are using are not necessarily the right tools for that kind of job. People a lot of times will be using an oscilloscope to try to debug their serial connection. The truth is, the way they fundamentally work, the way you actually use them, hasn't really changed since the 30s when oscilloscopes were invented.
Software debugging and test tools don't have a great user experience. They don't have much focus on that. They're kind of stuck in the dark ages.
So you get these little views into what's actually going on, but it's not the full picture.
Where a tool like ours, you can actually just hook it up, hit record, activate every feature of your product, and now you have one giant recording of everything that happened.
You can then go after the fact and see, oh, this happened over here, this happened over here, and this happened over here. Now I know what the problem is. So for an engineer that's using a Saleae device, if they can resolve an issue and they can do it that much faster for something that's super important, like let's say a medical device, we've made a serious impact on the life of the person who's using that product.
We are the customers. Like we're building this, not because we have identified some abstract need that somebody had somewhere, but because we have this need. Like we recognize this as being a problem. So we're really small, but the scope of what we work on is huge. And so if you are so inclined and have the ability, you can jump in at any level of that stack, and you really have a lot to say in the direction of the product and how great the product is, and whether or not the product is successful is that's you. There's some magic there.